How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad you did. I'm Jimmy. We're making it work. We're about to spend a day on flat rate in a real automotive repair shop, getting things done, keeping the world moving, opening this beautiful gray door to the world. Look at that project truck. We're not here for a project truck though today. I'm literally taking you to work with me. If you're new, we're over 1 million views the past 28 days, which is awesome. I really appreciate the support. Lots of new eyeballs tuning in. That's fantastic. What we do here is not scripted, sketchy audio. Video quality is pretty decent, but it'll get better soon. I got a new GoPro coming. Should arrive today, so I'll probably be using it in tomorrow's video, but let me know if you see a difference. But I'm literally going to be at work today, and I'm going to film some of what I do in my day, about 90% of it usually. And you can come along for a ride, maybe learn a thing or two, learn what to do, learn what not to do. We'll have a little bit of fun. Should be fun. Should be good. Should be. Yeah. So what we'll do is finish opening the shop up. Let you know it's a little bit of a warm, muggy day. Some of my longtime viewers like to know the Central Florida weather. This is the time of year I don't really get to brag, because it's very humid and about 80 degrees already at 7:15 in the morning. But we're gonna be okay. We're used to it. When I moved down from New York 40 years ago, it was a little shocking, but I've adapted. Let's stop horsing around and flapping our trap. You know, we like to be a lot more productive than that. I will talk quite a bit while I work though. A lot of things on my mind, you know. Let's get the shop open up and get started. Stay tuned. Oh, you know we're starting off the day with quality and luxury, baby. Nissan Infiniti. Quick oil change. Check engine lights also on. Tire lights on. The foam is continuing to deteriorate on the mic. Oh well. New one tomorrow, hopefully. Oil change is 6,000 miles overdue because it's got 189,000 on it. 189, 382. Next oil change was due at 183, 299. That's all right. We're gonna change it today. Give her a love rating of 4 and move on. That's what we're doing. Try to see you. It's 10 o'clock, first ticket. So it might be a little slow today. We'll see. I'm just gonna do the oil change real quick. Then we'll hop in there with the top down one and see what kind of codes we got. The hood shocks feel sketchy. Watch your head. Feels like it'll stay up, but it had like no real help until I got all the way up. Kind of weird. Put our necessary oil change prep in like we always do. Gotta have some kind of a routine, although I don't like to follow a routine. You guys might know when it comes to every single thing I do. I like to keep my mind working and be evaluating everything I'm looking at, not just blindly following a routine with no real reason, you know what I mean? Oh, look at that. That's hideous. How did she even make it here? There's 2 of them, I believe, on this car, because Nissan and Infiniti were like, hey, you know what'd be cool? 2 air filters are better than 1. That's nasty. I wonder if anyone's ever looked at them. I hope so. We're looking at them. Let's see if this is... Sometimes these don't come off by hand. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go ahead and knock out the oil change. Ugh, jeez Louise. You guys will hardly even notice it. It's going to happen like in a flash. Then we're going to hop in there with the scan tool and see what's going on. Maybe it just has codes because the oil change is so far overdue. Any cam timing related codes, that's what causes that. 190,000 miles is pretty resilient. They've been skipping oil changes and doing them way late, I'm assuming, the entire life of the car. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the first time it's ever happened. Well, I started on the oil change, but apparently the oil drains are all in use. So while I'm waiting, and since this customer as well as the customer with the Nissan pickup are also waiting, we're going to go ahead and do the diag part, and I'll grab a oil drain next. All right, settle down now. The seat's going forward a bit. Let us see here. I gotta turn this on. It's been off because I had a nice long weekend. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July weekend. I know this is coming out a full week after that, but Also, apologize about the short week. We only had 3 videos. Busy, busy, busy. And time off greatly needed. So we got to hang out with my dad, my brother, my dad's wife Lenore, and Rita, and my wife and all. We had some good food, did some barbecuing, good time. Hope you all did something similar to that, celebrating our nation's independence. Oh, we got updates to do. Goodness gracious. All right, well, again, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You guys know about it now. This is all secret behind the scenes stuff on most YouTube channels. We don't roll that way here. We're going to select all. We're going to update 14. Now we'll come back in a second to see what the car's complaining about. Well, you know what we can do too? They said their locks make noise. That's the actuator. That's kind of annoying. That's what she's complaining about. The actuators, what they'll do is there's a stop lock and a stop open, and when it hits the stop, sometimes they'll buzz, especially if it's getting a little worn out and it's not sure where the stop's at, and the actuator motor will just hit the zzz. That's that little noise we hear. So let's let this cook now, and we'll see what these pesky codes are on for. We know the tire light's on because the rear tires have cords showing. I'll show you that in a second when I lift it back up to finish the oil change. Those updates are taking a minute. So we're going to look at this hard body blower problem. 2005 with 270,000 miles on it. Blower's not working at all. I already got a voltmeter in it. I just want to catch you guys up. Show you what we found. Boom. 13.7 volts. And nothing's happening. And even smacking on it doesn't do anything. So that motor has left the building. So that's quick and easy. We'll let them know about that. Maybe them updates are just about done by now. .2 quarts of Texas Gold, dinosaur blood, moon juice, something like that. While we wait to hear if we're going any further with this, don't forget to smack the camera every time if the audio is not working. They brought me parts for the Nissan, so I'm guessing we're doing that. Resistor, blower motor, and I told them the air filter box didn't close right and the filter was dirty. So I'm guessing we'll do the filter and see if we can get it to close right. Now, he's giving me a hard time earlier. Oh, see? Some stuff's missing or something like that. Alright, the factory hood prop wasn't cutting the mustard. I can't get my T-Rex head in there. So, after 20 minutes of messing with it, I wasn't 20 minutes. Sometimes I'll exaggerate things like that. I don't know if you knew. I guess I need to get this out of my way because it's really irritating me. Now, I should be able to catch these catches somewhere under here. Right there, just inside the oil pressure sensor. This is an absolutely fantastic design. If you're going to design an air filter box, consult your Nissan engineers for the best way to do it. I'm not sure if that's even right. There's some broken plastic here. I don't think it's high enough. I'm trying to feel the tabs underneath. Let's see if it's locked in, but feels like it is. Huh. What do you guys think? Gonna do it? Place your bets. I don't know why it's not locking. Maybe it's not. This is crazy, isn't it? You would think that you could pop the filter in, flip the clips over, cut the clips, and be done, but this is why when it came in, the bottom wasn't The bottom wasn't engaged at all. It was hanging out. It wasn't filtering any air. But yet the filter was dirty. So, point two. That's all right. That is A-okay. Get the tie wrap under there. That will help. This isn't designed to hold up your heater hoses, by the way. This is because they bypass the heater hoses. They're no longer connected. But at least I got the bottom hooked in. I just can't get this latch to latch, probably because it's all bent up. I'm going to ask them how much time they want me to spend on it. I'd rather put the blower in and get that working. At least it's going to filter the air now. We'll see what's next. I think the lady with the Infiniti's taken it. I pulled it out for her. She says she'll bring it back. So we'll see. I hope she at least does the tires because they're pretty bad. This one's definitely done though. That's good. We got one done today. Yay! I think it's the mic in the media mod because it's passing the remote mic through. Anyway, that's members only, that part. 2014 Hyundai Sonata. Hyundai's first foray into the luxury sedan market. The customer says my check engine light's on. 164,879 miles. He didn't ask about the steering motor bushing, but we could easily fix that by changing that little bushing. It looks like an 8-star or 10-star fish kind of thing. I didn't ask about it though, so I'm not going to be too concerned, although they did put an inspection on it. So we'll do a full vehicle inspection, give him a lovely estimate, find out what his original concern was, which is the check engine light. See what's going on with that. Well, I'll tell you what, it'd be nice to have some AC, huh? Okay, there it is. Max. See if the AC works. That'll be part of the inspection too. What do you say? AC, restart, max. It's not getting cold, so that's unfortunate. That's why it just keeps it off. Doesn't work. Let's get the scanner on it and see what's up with that. Give it a love rating of 2. Well, it's not looking good. We got codes. We got no AC. We got a noisy steering coupler bushing. We got a heated seat that's on, and I don't want any of that. If the AC don't work, you don't need a heated seat. That's today's pro tip. A cute little guy in the door rest there. What the heck is going on? 3 engine codes. Uh-oh. I pulled the dipstick out while this is cooking. If you have a Hyundai, especially the 4-cylinders, the V6 is not so much, but the 4-cylinders, that is what looks like no oil on the dipstick. Even if you think I'm playing games just for good content, trust me, the good content happens by mistake around here. There's no oil in the dipstick. I wouldn't be surprised if we had cam timing and knock codes. If you got cam timing codes, an oil change might fix it. If you got knock codes, the damage is done. On these engines, Hyundai will tell you to monitor the knock sensor data. If it's active, replace the engine. So, pretty cut and dry. Let's take a look at these codes once I'm done dancing with the report. Well, I must say, I am quite surprised. Heated oxygen sensor, bank 1, sensor 2. Post-catalyst fuel trim lean, bank 1. Oxygen sensor signal stuck lean, bank 1, sensor 2. All in history. So either that was unplugged at some point and set a code that hasn't been cleared from history, or, oh, current, there we go. Bank 1 sensor 2, lean bank 1, bank 1 sensor 2, bank 1 sensor 2, lean bank 1. Alright, we got some codes. We got a direction now. So what I'll do is lift it up, take a look around, see if there's any exhaust leaks, see what that rear O2 sensor looks like. And we'll take a look at some data if there's not something obvious going on. See if we can see what the O2 is doing that's making it mad. Well, that is not a good look for that O2 sensor. It's plugged in, and it's the original 165,000 O2 sensor. I feel inclined to put a little oil in it and pick up my mic off my magnet on my camera stand. We'll look at some data. I'm at least going to put a quart of oil in this thing. Battery tests good, by the way. And I'm even going to pull some of these twigs out of here, and we'll run this thing inside, take a look at some data. We expect to see the front O2 doing a little dance, and we expect to see the rear O2 at around 0.6, 0.7, showing us the cat's working once it's warmed up. When I first start it, they'll mirror each other. When the cat gets a little heat in it, the secondary O2 that monitors the cat should show you that it's doing its job, and the fuel trims will get lazy in the second O2 sensor. Huh. Good guess. Just under 2 quarts I put in it. It's exactly on the full line. I'll take it. I don't know if this oil cap's leaking or if it was left loose at some point, but there's oil everywhere around here. I didn't do it. Alright, let's focus on the O2 sensor, Jimmy. I fired it up and it gave me a little complaining and quieted down, so I think a couple quarts of oil is all I need. It'll be happy. Fuel trims, upstream, downstream, and we will take a look. And you guys know how much I love to waste time searching. You know what I'll probably do? Grab a bite to eat. It's Joe's birthday today. I think he's 5 years younger than me, so he must be 57 today. I'm gonna go get some lunch, I think, and then I'll look at this afterwards with you. Because he's looking at me like, hey, are we going to get some lunch today? It's my birthday. Internal resistance of downstream sensor. Oh. I mean, that right there tells me the sensor's bad. It's pretty cut and dry, but we'll take a look at some data once we get back. How about that? Now, you guys know how much I love a Ford Escape, as much as the next mechanic. I really, honestly, I should love these things. And although I joke around a lot, they're not bad cars. Like any other car, if you take care of them, you know, other than a little chop, I like to bust chops. I know most of you that have been around a while know I'm just doing that, busting chops. It's not a serious thing. But, I mean, this thing has had a life, you know. The air's not working. Neither is the ignition. You got to turn the key on and push this button. It doesn't turn any further. That probably could be fixed correctly, but someone just put a push button in instead. I don't know why. They didn't ask about this noise. Sounds like the rack and pinion's loose on the subframe. They didn't ask about checked engine light, but they did ask about the air conditioning. Because it doesn't work. It just blows hot air. Ooh, it's about 250 degrees, I think. It's not even trying to get cold, so I'm gonna pop the hood, or as Ray would say, popping the hood. And we're gonna take a look. I'm gonna suspect a loss of refrigerant. The love rating, I mean, it's an older lady and an older man. I'm not sure which, actually. It's reasonably well taken care of, surprisingly. I mean, it's an old, like a 2006 or 2007, I think. Oh, 2008. It gets newer every time I look. Let's see if there's refrigerant in it. Oh, geez. Look at that thing. If you push that down a little further, it wouldn't have to be over compressed like that. You guys might know that. New coolant bottle. Alright. There's the compressor all the way down there. Refrigerant's really easy to check on this. I just stick the machine on it and see if it's got any pressure. It's about 90 degrees, 94 degrees out right now. So we should have like 110 psi static pressure. Taco Bell! Sounds delicioso. Alright. Wow. It's actually got 118 psi. Should be doing something. I'm going to fire it up. I'll be right back. Come here, you. Oh, it says 92,360 miles. I thought it was higher than that. Okay. Max AC. Uh-oh, it's cycling. Maybe 118 psi is still low on refrigerant. Usually it'll shut off when it gets that low on the low side. Let's try putting a little more refrigerant in it. See if that makes it blow cold, and then we'll look for a leak if it does. This is getting kind of high over here for how low this is. It's almost like a too much pressure differential, like a sticking expansion valve, an orifice tube with contamination like metal debris, condenser that's not working quite right kind of thing. I'm going to try just putting a little refrigerant in first before I jump to conclusions, which you guys know I love to do that. I know, I'm sorry. We'll just put in 3/10 of a pound on the low side. If we put refrigerant on the low side and the high side starts climbing, I can stop the machine and then we'll have to find a restriction. Sometimes it'll just go high and then a fan will turn on. And the pressure will come right back down. It's got a new hood latch. Neither fan is running. Yeah, in the bottom drawer. As long as it fits the pulley. I have two different ones. Bottom drawer. Oh, there they go.
The idea is this one.
Maybe it is just low on refrigerant. That's weird. The static pressure was kind of high. When it does go finally high enough, the fans turn on and pulls it back down. Let's see if it got any cooler in the car. Or truck, whatever you want to call this thing. Yeah, a little bit, not much though. It definitely made it so it's not blazing hot, but it's not cold either. Alright. You might just be dealing with a leak and the static pressure fooled me. Sometimes people will have something in there that's not even refrigerant, who knows. It's got a new latch on it. Got a new battery, but that's a battery we sell too. I'm leaning towards a potential leak and the refrigerant wasn't as high as it looked. I'm going to pull all the refrigerant out of it, fill it with the correct amount, eliminate that as a possibility. 1.5 pounds, and we'll go from there. Do, 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 do. See if it's on? Oh, look at that green light. That means it's on. I found the brake hoses were leaking, and I already tightened them like a half a turn. They weren't really tight enough. Looks like someone's done a racket pinion. And I tightened the coupler bolt. I'm wondering if that was that rattle I was hearing inside. I'm looking for a refrigerant leak. That's what it started out as. And it turned into a rebuild. So I got to start fixing what it came in for at some point. I didn't do all this gravy work. I know that much. It has got some oil leaks. And the condenser, you can see right there. See the dye all over the condenser. You don't even need a dye light for that, it's so bad. But the condenser's also flopping around like it's not bolted up. That's kind of strange. And it doesn't look that old. Some more investigatory work may be required. Alright, listen man. That's enough of you. Probably not going to be easy to get you in here. If you look at this, Someone's been working on this here, and GoPro. You and me, we're gonna have a fight. All right, that's fine. We got time. No rush. I'm not supposed to do that, so I'm going to tighten it up and wish that I was the one that put the rack and pinion and tie rod ends and front brakes and calipers on it, because I'm going to have to fix it all. Well, that's tight. Now there's no more steering noise and no more sloppy feeling steering going down the highway, and no more brake fluid leaks. Yay! If you look at this, it's no wonder it's leaking. It's just flopping around in there. It's not bolted in. Let's pull the grill out of there. A couple of 8s, I think. I should be able to see why. Either amounts to plastic tabs in the radiator that broke, or it was never bolted in. One of the two.
What's going on?
What's up?
We got some broken shit?
We got some broken shit.
Yeah, it's just
the outside lift, the airline broke off the rear jack or something like that.
Oh, the one with the old truck on it? And then the one next to it, the cable that goes over to the safety, to release the safety on the, if you're looking at the right side. So you got a lock cable problem, you got an air hose problem.
Yep, and this lift, I don't think you guys ever messed with the release paddle. Has that little button.
Oh yeah.
What happens on this thing is when you let go of the safety, they don't automatically latch. They stay unlatched, and all of a sudden, like 3 minutes later, you hit ka-chunk, and they latch.
So you need a Mac valve. Do we have a Mac valve?
As if maybe it's sticking or something, but...
Yeah, if I got one, I can fix it.
Oh, perfect.
Valve's like 80 or 100 bucks.
Perfect.
Well, I was just in Winter Park, and I drove an hour to get here, so...
Woo!
And we're out to do Smyrna.
That's a trip.
I still have to get back there today at some point.
That's a trip. This was tie wrapped on, I guess, at some point, and the tie wrap broke. And unfortunately now the condenser's leaking. Maybe the leak has nothing to do with the fact that it's not bolted to the radiator, but there's no hardware. It's supposed to be like a little blind nut, they call it, which is a piece of sheet metal with a threaded insert, and the bolt passes through it. It's to hold something onto the plastic radiator without... Some vehicles even screw right into the radiator. If the tank has enough plastic, they'll just tap it into the radiator. So we know what this one needs. We fixed most of it already. It was definitely low. I pulled the refrigerant out. You know, that's one of the things I like to speculate ahead of time. Not the proper way to do things, but sometimes speculation ends up being right. Sometimes it ends up being wrong. That's why you test. I pulled the refrigerant out. It didn't have quite a half a pound in it, so it's a pound low. So that's why the fans weren't running. It makes it look like there's more pressure, but there's not more refrigerant. So I had to do an evac and recharge, and now we know what's leaking. We can actually repair it and then do the evac and recharge if they want. Oh, 2 snaps, 4 screws, 2 13s, and 2 hose clamps. There's 2 little wood screws at the bottom of the grill, 2 machine screws at the top. Good thing it came loose. This thing would have twisted the car over. It's fitting to get some rain in here. There you go. I knew it comes out of there. Of course, they thought it'd be cool to have the cooler for the transmission in here too. Quarter inch on a quarter drive ratchet. missing a pair of pliers. Have you seen them? Well, that's messy. Supposedly the parts are on the way. I mean, not supposedly. They're on the way. I shouldn't be like that. They're on the way. I just don't know when they're going to get here. That's what I meant.
I'll go over there next Friday, Friday, I'll go over there.
Now these are double O-ring gasketed, whatever you want to call it. Gets this little washer gasket dealio. And it gets 2 of these O-ring. All right, settle down over there, will you? We've got a professional recording session going on. Somebody is making professional videos over here. If you guys could keep it down, I'd appreciate that. If you guys keep that down. And then not curse too, that'd be great. Man, that's close. Looks too big though. Oh, that's more like it. Hey man, you gotta talk like you're in a freaking... If you curse less often, it's much more emphasis on it when you do. Man, this thing comes with new studs and everything. So, it's raining pretty hard right now. I don't think I really want to open this up yet. Everybody's so loud. What? Didn't understand a word you said there, son. I think if I pop those off of there. We already put all the O-rings on the lines. Should only take literally like a minute or two. The only problem I have is there's hardware missing from here. Oh my goodness, you know, if I could take the brackets off, I think I could put the studs in and leave the rubber. Man, it is coming down. Bye. What am I going to do with that bolt? Basically useless. These should thread in by hand. I think. We'll get it. If I have to, I'll get my stud socket. We know it's sealed. I do want to put about an ounce of oil in here so that this is pre-oiled. I put a little oil on this side, probably shouldn't have. It goes in this side pretty easy. I don't like going on the other side. Oh, you know what though? It's probably going to be easier for me to figure out the hardware with the condenser out, so I'm going to wait just a minute or two and figure out what I'm going to do with my hardware. I think that might work. Maybe. Might have to loosen this, lift it up so I can get this in from the back. And then same thing on the bottom. I don't think either of the bottom ones line up with this radiator. There's also supposed to be a rubber biscuit that goes on this, and the bolt goes through it into the radiator too, but of course all that hardware is gone, so we're going to do the best we can to get it mounted up there and not flopping around again. Alright, we got, oh, look at this ring. Yeah. All we need to do now is wonder if the old man's snoring. We got the rest of the poem, or song. The bottom, I don't think anything's going to line up with either of them. But if it turns out this middle one does, I'll be surprised because It's 11 inches on center. And that's 8.5. And this one down here is 14. I don't know what's up. But one thing I do know is with these top 2 bolts in, it's 2 more bolts than it had before. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll get it. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's why it doesn't line up. Let's measure it this way. Man, that is weird. I hope this thing doesn't have the wrong radiator. It can. All these hoses are... There's several hoses precisely mounted to it. I need to seal this up for now and do a little bit more research, figure out what's going on with this. Well, we've made a mess. We're going to do some creative engineering. We have a lot of options. So we do what we got to do in this world. I don't know what bracket is missing from here. This obviously is going to go up a little bit, so I want to, this is adjustable. I might even could use this whole one up. If I'm going to do that, I'll go the other way. I'm going to have to find some kind of a rubber bushing or something to put in there. I tightened up the AC lines and the cooler lines on the other side. We are definitely doing some backwoods engineering. We're gonna get this thing to work one way or another. Yeah, there you go. Now, the only problem is not gonna hit right here. That'll be alright. I just want it kind of straight on top. You can't go too high because then it hits this. But the grill gives you plenty of room because it's up here and it comes across, so there'll be plenty of room. This is the only determining factor. So if I knew what it looked like from the factory, I could do it however they had it, or get a bracket from the junkyard. Probably it's not going to be available from Ford anymore. They're like, what? How old is it? Trade it in and get a new one. We don't sell them anymore. So, and this nice old lady doesn't want to do that. She wants to keep this thing running. And I can understand that. Something like that. If I can get something like that to work. At this point, we just want to get it to hold the condenser, not have it doing that. Come here a second. It's about to get real up in here. I found a rubber spacer dealio, they call it in the business. Don't attempt this if you're not a professional. Maybe I should say, only attempt this if you're not a professional. Not sure how well it's going to work yet. I wish I need to. I think I need to figure a bigger washer on it. I could get a longer bolt too. I think I have a longer bolt. We got to do a stack-tastic setup here. Large, medium. Hello! I saw the lightning flash and I heard the noise right afterwards. You know, that directly relates to the distance, which means it was close. You know what? That just might work. Let's put a little thread lock on there. Thread lock, where you at? And of course, I gotta tighten them still. This stuff might be starting to harden up a little bit. Need a new tube of thread lock. Short of spending 4 hours making a bracket and stuff, I think we'll be all right. Alright. May not look too pretty, but trust me, it's not going to get points deducted in the car show because everyone will think it's a Ford factory setup. If you've seen their purge valves, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I need an 8mm. Where I put it? There it is. Gotta hook the AC machine up, get a vacuum on this thing. I don't want to crack the plastic anymore, and it's been cracked already. Alright, AC hoses. It's getting late in the day. I might just let this thing sit overnight on a vacuum. I'm not sure if the dryer's in the condenser. There's a dryer here, I think. Yeah, I'm going to let it sit overnight. Car just got towed in. The guy's friend did painted his wheels for him. And charged him a couple $100 or whatever. And when he was leaving his house, one of the wheels fell off. Now he's mad at his friend. He's going to charge him to fix his car and fix the wheels. So I don't know if because he charged him it made him mad, or just because he helped him and something went wrong. Take a risk when you do anything for anybody. You better know what you're doing, or don't do it. We got a good vacuum going. We got 40 minutes left. Now we're going to do a leak test, but it's getting late. We started pulling the doors down already. Them sons of guns working half a day. You want to buy a nice Lexus 2018. This guy don't want to fix it. Needs a transmission. Pulled the pan off and there's metal in the pan. Car looks pretty nice. Got new tires on it. He don't even want to pay to pull the pan off now. He says, "I'll bring you the title." All right, guys. Look at this weather out here. That's the real deal. They follow me out here, so give me a second. Anywho, we're moving on from that. We'll see. Maybe when he sobers up in the morning, his attitude will change when he's not smashed out of his mind. He says, "I didn't pay you to take the pan off of the thing. I come get the title. I ain't fixing it." The transmission and the labor is like $9,500 or $9,800. It's expensive, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, thanks for watching today, guys. We got a lot done. I'm going to let that thing vacuum overnight on the old Ford Escape, and we'll blow a little bit of refrigerant in it in the morning and see how it works. I'm sure it'll work good. So, in any event, I hope I see you then. I hope you'll torque the like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. Most importantly, hope I see you in another video, because you're awesome.